Amal, good morning. How
Good
are you?
morning,
Nice to see
Joe.
you.
Same here. All good. Thanks, and you.
Amazing. Yeah, really appreciate you, carving out some time this morning to talk about your experience inside of the program. And I just want to manage your expectations, be very transparent. I like to kind of jump on these calls to talk about our client's journey from when they started with us to when they kind of finished up with us. So just want to ask you a handful of questions today, really kind of laid back. And the intention is very simple. I like to do these. Yes, it's great to reflect on the journey, but it's also great for other people to see if they can relate to your story. So, if it's okay with you, we'll dive on into the questions. But before we do, why don't you just share a little bit about who you are, what it is you do, and who you help?
Sure. Yeah, well, I'm Amal. I'm coach, and I've been a coach since 2023 when I decided to be one. And yeah, currently, thanks to you, I'm helping divorced women to navigate up to the life after divorce. The part that I like the most, let's say, this identity work, like to help them reconnect with themselves and to live the life that they truly want. So this is the part that I do now, and my journey or my coaching started, as I said, in 2023. And I was doing everything spontaneously, like just following my intuition. And until August in 2024, when I suddenly found myself without any clients, like without any clients, without anything. So I said, like doing it, it's nice, but it's not so sustainable because I need to grow and I need to do more. And by the way, back then I didn't know anything about that. Now I'm saying that I help divorced women, but back then I just help people. I don't know. I have no idea what exactly. I'm just helping people.
Mhm.
Because at the end, all coaches want to help people at the end, but business-wise, it doesn't work this way. So thanks to you, I learned that on the way.
Yeah, it's I remember going back and forth with you on Instagram, and I remember leaving you a couple of voice notes. I remember I was walking to a coffee shop and I asked you who is it you help, and there was kind of a lot of kind of uncertainty around that. You just because you're a good person, and this is the thing I see with coaches all of the time. Their message is kind of for everybody, but of course, if it's for everybody, it then by default becomes for nobody because you're not speaking specifically to one ideal avatar. So I know you just mentioned then that you didn't have any kind of clients when we first started speaking, but aside from that, what were your other kind of challenges or frustrations before joining the program?
Yeah, I didn't know where I'm going. Like I want to do, and I don't know how. I don't know how. Like for example, how to like yeah, I started just putting one post, and I had no idea what to post, how to post, what to write, how the content, anything related to content was like zero, big zero to me. I didn't know. I didn't have any info about it. And back then I just, just overcome this thing that to post or to do something to expose myself to social. So it was really at this time I was in this state. So social media, I didn't know what to do in the how to get clients, how to make offer, anything. I didn't even know that there's something called to make offer, I just want to help people and that's it. So I didn't know like the business of coaching, how it is in the structure of the business itself. So I had like zero knowledge about this, seriously, zero knowledge about this. I know how to coach, I know how to do the coaching itself, but I don't know how to do anything related to reach this part of coaching.
Yeah. And thanks for sharing because, I say this all of the time and you will be familiar with this, but there's so many coaches out there running their coaching business like a coach rather than a business owner.
Mhm.
And, there's so many kind of steps that we need to take in order to, take an offer to market, then sell it, then deliver it, etc. So obviously you and I went back and forth on Instagram. We, sent a few messages here and there, and then we eventually kind of hopped on a call. But what made you decide to invest in my program? Like, there's many coaching programs out there. Why did you decide to invest in this program specifically?
Yeah. First, I watched some of your videos and And I guess I told you that you are a human. I mean, you are a business, you are a very good business owner, but you are a human, and it's very clear that this is to you, it's important. So, and I prefer to really connect, like to learn from a human than to learn from someone from someone else. So this is the first thing. And second, you know what you are talking about. So as skills of what you are teaching, it's like, okay, yeah, I can relate. Like, yeah, he's telling exactly this is the thing that I learned from you. You know exactly what a coach needs. So it's very obvious. And yes, that was what I needed to know. So you know what you're talking about. And so these two things mainly. And the third was following my intuition. And fourth was like I have to do something bigger than my current state.
Mhm.
Like to grow, I need to do first this part, like to do my first investment. I did, yes, investment in mini courses or stuff like this, but I mean, such program never. So I said, okay, this is big, but I really want to do that because, one of my beliefs that to gain something, I need to do it first myself. So the fourth reason was like that, and yeah, so that was the reasons.
Yeah, well, I'm certainly glad that you joined us, and it's been a pleasure working with you because one thing I've noticed with you is whenever I shared something with you, you went away and implemented it immediately, and I think that's what happens with the people inside of the program that get the best results. It's as soon as I expose them to an idea, a mental model, a framework, or a tool, they go away and they implement it. And I remember very clearly I shared something on one group coaching call. I think it was a Tuesday night. And then you went ahead Wednesday morning and implemented everything that I told you. And you were like, Sean, this thing's working.
Yeah,
Speaking with
I
people.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And the reason I'm sharing that as well is because that's, how you can make the most of the program and how anybody else can make the most of the program. And you just shared something which I think is important. You said, of course, about having a kind of a system, a process that works, understanding what coaches need. I always think if you are working with a business coach, you want to be making sure that what they are teaching you is what they are doing themselves. And that's the thing with me. Everything that I use to grow and scale my own online coaching business, I teach to every single other person to say, hey, this is what's working. Here's the evidence. Here's the proof. Go away and implement it. So, yeah, really appreciate you diving into that. Um, so let's now touch on you kind of have joined the program, cast your mind back when you did join the program, what were your kind of initial thoughts or feelings during your kind of first few weeks inside
Mhm.
of the Elite Coaching Academy?
Yeah. Well, I was so excited. Like, ooh, I'm doing something. I was very excited. And, like in this state, like I'm ready to absorb everything, to learn everything. And it's so interesting because that was my state, and I remember that. But we never know what we are going to learn. It's really interesting, like our expectations of what we're going to learn. Like, yes, I want to learn to do this and that. So, of course, it's in the same direction. But what exactly did I learn was much more deeper,
Mm,
right? So, let's I mean, away from the expectation, because I don't put so much like certain thing expectation, I leave myself open, but I was so excited. But now looking back to myself, which is some months back, like I see like some sort of naive version of me, that didn't know that, okay, that's going to be that. So yes, yes, I started with this enthusiasm and excitement to what I'm going to learn.
mm. Yeah, and I think as well, whenever people do join some form of kind of coaching program, they're kind of looking for a result, and yours was kind of like, how do I get clients? How do I, get paid from this? Which we can touch on very shortly. But they don't actually realize what everything else that they're going to get on top of the results. Okay, this is where you want to get to. You need to be able to do this. And I mean, there's a lot of business coaches out there like promising the world and really kind of under delivering. But for me, I like to kind of under promise and over deliver. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, much, and also on a personal level as well, because it's really important. like it's both, you know? So it's how to reach that. So it's working on both sides, as on personal level, human level, and on business level. So there's the skills and business techniques, what you have to do, all of that. And also on personal level, like this support
Hmm.
that how to be able to reach that, you know, because we are all human beings in the first place. So what
Yeah.
exactly you need to work on, what you need to challenge, so to be able to do that,
Hmm.
right? So yes.
Absolutely, 100%. So let's touch on kind of any breakthroughs or results that you experienced during your time inside of the program. Share those with us. What yeah, what happened for you?
Ready, let's go. I know what happened for me. Okay. So, I don't know from where to start. Yes, I will leave it messy. I will just put out what comes to my mind.
Okay.
So, first, I started to know how to create content. So, I started to create content and to run ads, to make calls, and to gain clients from this direction. And I got a landing page. I made a landing page. I knew a lot about this, and that I didn't have any idea about that before. Running ads, zero. I didn't know anything about this. So to run ad, and what works, what doesn't work, how to improve it, how to make it better, so that, of course, gaining clients. This is I mean, it's the goal. But the between gaining clients and to reach gaining clients, all of these steps, there are many, many things that I have learned to reach that.
Hmm.
And of course, I gained new clients. And yeah, and I started working on my course. So it's now off to the world with some. So yeah, I know where I am going with this business.
Yeah. So at the beginning as well, when we first started working together, I remember your kind of Instagram and you were kind of just posting quite sporadically. And then obviously once we gave you that content plan, again, you went away and implemented it. You were constantly asking for feedback, which was great because it allows me to, of course, better help you. And then, yeah, you got the results. You're signing high ticket coaching clients because you did the work. I always say to people, like, I can't do the work for you, but I can provide you the step-by-step framework. I can show you what you need to do, but you need to do it, and you were great at actually implementing it. So, I mean, you just shared something with me before we actually hit record. Do you want to share what you just shared
Yeah.
before? What's happened this month?
Yeah, okay. I got three new three new clients this month. Yeah. And this is something if anyone will be listening to that, because this is a really, really advice from my heart, that don't rush the outcome. You know, I told this myself first. It was a reason of many time of frustration,
Hmm.
but this is okay to feel the frustration, to allow ourselves to feel the frustration. But frustration will not bring the clients. Working will bring the clients, you know. So just to focus on this small detail. So I got this for all April. I didn't get any new clients, but I got three clients in this month. And but I've been working all April to
Hmm.
reach that. So yeah, this is like, not to feel down. That's really okay. That sometimes it's just not, it's a non-linear path. We just go ups and downs and then we reach something. So
Hmm.
I got that. I got high clients. They actually had no problem at all with anything. I said my offer. This is what I do. This is what I offer, and they said yes. And one of them already, I made already the I mean payment. Like she made the half payment during the call, and that to me was like wow,
Yeah,
the first time ever. Yeah.
yeah,
So it
amazing.
is possible. Yeah, it is possible.
Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, it's always nice to hear because I think I think people underestimate what it actually takes to take an idea, turn it into an offer, take it to market, try and sell it, and then deliver it. And now you're mentioning, you when you first started working with me as well at the beginning, and you were like self-sabotage, undercharging significantly. And
Right.
we increased that quite significantly as well because again, you're a great coach and yeah, there's definitely people out there that need your help. You just didn't know what that looked like and how to package it all up. So yeah, three clients this month is amazing. So I'm curious to know, aside from the business, then of course we do focus a lot on the kind of the self-sabotage, but how would you say the program has impacted your personal life?
Yeah, this is also very interesting. Um, when you know something, like I know that there are for every one of us, how much is aware. There are also layers, other layers that are uncovered yet, right? So, um, so this idea, like, it helped me a lot reach this, layers, deeper layers of myself. So, because I'm growing, so growing, there's a lot of tension. There's a lot of insecurities showing up. So it was helping me a lot managing that, learning more about myself, getting more confidence, being able even to talk about it is itself is an achievement, right? So it helped me so much, really a lot, going deeper, allowing myself to this. I just told you that I allow myself to do mistakes. I'm not afraid to do mistakes. Like, seriously, who cares? I did that. It sucks. Why not? It's okay. Next time I'll try to make it better, but I didn't kill anyone, So I start to take things, in a different way. I feel more calm with myself, so I'm able to do better my job. I'm able to do better to focus on the important things, and which is one of the most important things. Yeah, it's I'm more connected. So yes, it's helped me. And one of the self-sabotage that we do, and this I notice now, I notice because I overcome this, so I notice this part. It's funny that we all say like, "Oh, okay, I'm so aware. Like I don't need that." No, no, you need that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
So
get
it
that a
helped
lot.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It helped me that I
The amount of
I
people that
don't say it anymore.
Yeah, the amount of people that jump on into the program and they're like, Sean, just give me the business stuff. I don't need any of the self-sabotage. And I'm like, okay, we'll see. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think as well, there's a reason why we have the program in the way we have it, is because I've been doing this for long enough now. I know what the coaches need. I know what our clients need. Even if they don't think it's what they need, I know a few weeks in, if they don't go through the self-sabotage phase, they start catastrophizing, they start kind of mind reading, they start, having beliefs that, oh, this isn't possible, this isn't going to work. And again, we can solve those problems before they arise by allowing them to go through the self-sabotage phase. So yeah, it's always very interesting because those people that say they don't need it usually are the people that need it most.
Yeah.
That's usually how it goes. But hey, we're all a work in progress, right? Um,
Right.
so
Fine.
Amal, I like to ask kind of this question to everybody. We
Mhm.
speak to a lot of people on Instagram who are interested in kind of what we do and how we help our clients. We have a lot of people that'll jump on calls and they'll be very apprehensive because, it's the unknown and they're uncertain as to whether this is kind of going to work for them. So, question I want to ask is, what would you say to someone who's on the fence about joining the program?
Yeah. Do the first step by not being afraid and do it. It's to yourself. It's before anyone, it's to yourself. If you really want to do something, we all have the fear. It's part of the journey that we are all afraid because we don't know how is it, but it's 100% worth it, more than 100%. It's if you really want this change, because also some people, but if you really want to change, if you really want to grow, then go for it and just breathe into this fear. Know that it's part of the journey and just go ahead and you will not regret.
Thank you. And I know we've kind of spent quite a lot of time working together now, and you've been an absolute credit to have inside of the community. You've always kind of added value. You've turned up to the group calls. You've gone away and kind of implemented it, and it's been incredible. And hopefully one day I'll get to meet you. Maybe we can go away and do some skiing together in the winter. But I'm very curious to kind of know, you shared something with me not so long ago. You said, Sean, this is the best investment I've ever made.
Mm.
And I'm really curious to know why you said that.
Okay, sure. Um, you know, when you want things, you are aware that you want something, and there are other things that you need, but you're not aware of, right? So I found in the program both. I found what I'm looking for, like consciously. I know that this is what I want. I'm looking forward. And there is other part that I'm not aware of as a normal human being, but I need that for my growth. And it was there. So it was just packed with everything I know. And by the way, until the moment, I'm still applying. I'm still applying what I've learned, and I haven't finished. I told you that I want to have time just to manage the pacing thing, you know. And I'm still implementing, and I go back, I get back all the time, you know. So it really helped me restructure a lot of things like mentally, and so yeah, it's that's why it's the best investment for sure. Yeah, I make to you, you know, I make advertisement for you everywhere.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much. I mean, the biggest compliment you can give me is, yeah, I mean, you've already mentioned you want to come back and do the program and renew with us, and that's amazing. And yeah, like you just said, you're kind of advertising for me all over the place. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time today. Yeah, I really appreciate you. It's been an incredible journey, and funny thing is, I feel we're just getting started.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks,
Same
Amaal.
here. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.